today's episode of Cooking for Real, I'm making something that you're going to want to pop in the fridge and heat up later. I'm making pork fried rice. First things first, you have to have made your rice ahead of time. Cold rice is the best way to make pork fried rice. So this is yesterday's rice, 3 cups about. So if you are making this rice specifically to make pork fried rice, or whatever other protein you want to put in it, it's 1.5 cups of rice to 1.5 cups of water equals 3 cups of rice. And then once it's cooked, pop it in the fridge and wait till tomorrow. Right, so it used to be that the best pork fried rice I could find in the area was at a place called the Hukilau, and that place is now closed. But one of the things that made me absolutely love rice from the Hukilau was they put eggs in their rice. This is going to be a 1-pan meal, believe it or not. So what I have here is about 1/2 tablespoon of butter. We're going to pop that in the pan, let it melt. And I have 2 whisked eggs. Now, rookie mistake, don't turn the heat all the way up to scramble your eggs. I go a little bit above low, and then let the pan do the rest of the work for you. I have not added any seasoning to these eggs, and I have it on a low to medium low heat. And I'm just going to keep it moving until they're cooked. These will eventually be a nice dry egg, but right now this is the consistency I'm looking for because it is going to get folded back in. But right now what I'm going to do is actually take it out of the pan. Okay, so those eggs are out of the pan, and right now I am using the same pan and melting down a tablespoon of butter. Once that is, I did turn the heat up, by the way, to just above medium. And I have here, pardon me, this is shaved ginger. You want to peel that good and give it as thin of a shave as possible. I don't know how much is here, so this amount of ginger. Actually, you know what? I'm going to chop this. Hold on. I'm back, and just in time because this butter's starting to set up. I've now chopped up that ginger. In the pan we go. And this is, a lot of people only use a few cloves of garlic. This is 6 because, as you may be well aware from watching my videos, we are garlic fans in this house. And now I'm going to add to that also 1 small finely chopped onion, white onion, and 2 medium carrots diced. A lot of people add peas at this point, but yeah, we don't like peas. So we're just going to saute these a bit. I am adding a generous pinch of kosher salt, and a little more for good measure. And some grinds of pepper. My fans know I'm a pepper fan. And a dash of the secret ingredient. Any guesses? Any guesses? Guess in the comments and I'll tell you if you're right. We are going to saute these until the vegetables have softened. Alright, so we're actually turning the heat up to a medium-high. And, the onions are soft, but the carrots aren't all the way soft yet, but I do like a little crisp. I am adding 1.5 tablespoons of butter into this pan. So once this butter is melted, we're going to add the 3 cups of rice, which says no on it because things get eaten in my house. 3 cups of cold white rice. Into the pan we go. On top of that, I have 3 scallions sliced, and see how I sliced them? In they go. And now we're going to add also 3 to 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. So about a quarter cup, really. And I have oyster sauce here. We're going to go, ready for it? 1 dollop. 2 dollops. Now while I'm stirring this, let me show you I have ground turmeric, which I'm gonna go dash, dash. And I have ground cumin, and in opposite corners, dash, dash. And let's get that all incorporated. And since we're incorporating, here comes the pork. Now this is canned pork. You can use leftover pork, and this is, I'm sure you're aware, we can things ourselves. This is our own canned pork. So we're doing pork fried rice. Let's get pork in this fried rice, shall we? Let's give this a little taste. Actually, it's a very good flavor already. So, now that all of that is in, we're going to add a half a teaspoon of Japanese sesame oil. And when they say half a teaspoon, I mean half a teaspoon, because this stuff carries. It is a strong flavor, so tread lightly. Back into that pan goes those beautiful scrambled eggs we made. And you really want to get it mixed in well, because you don't want to end up with a surprise mouthful of sesame oil. Okay, there it is. Pretty much did that for you in real time. And I'm going to let this cool down, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right back in here and pop it in the fridge. Right, so now that's done, and here we have it, our pork fried rice, which I am going to lid up and put in the refrigerator. Why? Well, have you ever ordered out Chinese food and it's just better the next day? Well, that's because the flavors develop. The good cooks down the street at the very nice Chinese restaurants we have in the area spend a lot of time putting flavor in here, but it is always better the next day because it's had time to really soak in and just get in there and interact with each other. So tomorrow night, we're just gonna reheat this beautiful pork fried rice and have that for dinner. I mean, everything you need is in here. Meat, rice, vegetables. And as you see, it was a one-pot meal. Very simple to make. I mean, it took a little time ahead of time chopping carrots and whatever, but it's worth it in the end. And you know exactly how much sodium is in your food, and the fact that there is no MSG. I really recommend this because you can put shrimp in it, or chicken, or tofu, or just make it vegetarian. Really make it your own. I happen to make pork fried rice because, well, that's what we like, and I definitely had pork on hand. So thank you for watching Cooking for Real. If you have any comments, please leave your comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook, where it's called Cooking for Real with Angela. Thank you.